babies who grew up with mentally healthy mom and fathers who openly supported them.
Come on.
And also gave them opportunity and
You
safe space to be open and honest about their experience and those things, because all of us have been dealt the same card in reality.
Yeah. Correct.
Some parents have articulated themselves to recognize that there's more than us in the world, and just because we don't, all look like a duck, quack like a duck, doesn't constitute us not living, breathing, eating, and shitting.
Right.
And so, with that being said, let's also, head off to those ones and those parents, who are providing safe space and safe opportunities for their children to grow, to have open houses.
Shout out to
I wasn't always that person now.
But it took some time. It was
growth. We're gonna stay on mic, because my next question was when is the moment that you knew, or the moment that everything sort of crystallized for you, and how are you accepted in the household? Because that is what these kids are asking. For you, and then we'll go around the table, for Yonder.
I really never had to, because I was caught on the bed with a boy at like 5.
5.
It was one of those sleepover things.
Please tell me that was y'all bunky buddy.
So,
can I say something about that?
I love Michael.
What I recognized as a young boy was, at an early age, that this was a Michael Shed show. Very young age. I was a quiet baby. However, I didn't shun from things that I liked, that I wanted, or how I saw things. And mind you, my father was a deacon. And, there were moments, but he would never whoop me for doing, effeminate things. He would try to shun things. However, I was still me, and he always allowed me to be me. He didn't agree with a lot of things, but my father never called me out of my name or never, mistreated me. However, I would honestly say that it was never a coming out story for me. There was never a coming out experience. I think what I always did was respected my parents, respected my home, because as a child, you still are a child.
Right.
And I think it's very important that you also respect your parents' home and you can have open conversations if you feel comfortable to talk to your parent about you kind of know what's acceptable, what's not. However, kids, once you turn 18, get out that house. But I knew at an early age that this was just all temporary, this feelings and things. That I knew on the other side of the fence was there was a light, because honestly, as a young gay child, you see other gay people in the world. You can see a crowd of 50,000 people, and you see one gay person, and you're like,
sis.
Oh my God. And even as a child, I remember one of the icons of this city, his name is Chris Brown. If you were a young queer coming up, and back in my day, he was the gay black man with the ball blonde hair. He worked at Mac. And so every single time you walked through the Galleria, you could not miss Chris Brown. Chris Brown was always there, and I always give Chris Brown his flowers, because he was a safe light and a safe beacon. And every single time that I knew I walked through that mall, I could always walk past and see him and know that I felt some form of safety because I saw him and he was living his truth. I was like, dang, I can live my truth too.
That's right.
Inspiration.
Yeah, absolutely. Even if I chose not to walk those same paths and look the same, I knew that